Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. This is Dreamfeather here for your psychic reading. And this is a timeless collective love reading. I do offer private personal readings if you are interested. The information and the link is down below. And my dears, how are you? I missed you and I'm so grateful to be your oracle again here today. So let's get started and see what messages Spirit has for you, my dears. Call upon the light, the way, the source, the great Spirit, the great mystery to work through me and speak through me for the collective healing, insight, for the highest and best good, for all involved, and for the highest evolution, for my lovely family of dreamers here. What do you have to say, Spirit, in matters of love, romance, and the heart? What does the collective need to know, please, to assist them on their soulmate journey, on their self-love journey? Show us clearly, Spirit, what needs to be known in love. What needs to be known in love, please, Great Spirit? I'm using the Hermetic Tarot here. What needs to be known, please, Great Spirit, for the collective in love? Please show us clearly. Okay, my dears. So, it looks like you're coming out of a time, or you could be navigating it now, of feeling at the whims of your mind, possibly feeling like you can't quite shake this feeling of, and I'm seeing you are actually learning. It's not that you're at the whims of your mind, but there's been some sort of way in which the perception or vantage point that you're thinking about something has caused some dissatisfaction. Maybe it is dwelling on what is not coming about, dwelling on possibly something that is not happening as quickly as you would like. With this Four of Cups and Ten of Swords here, it's showing me you're coming to this completion, this culmination point of being disillusioned by your mind. That illusion is being cleared from your inner vision. And it's an interesting way that they call the Four of Cups. It's called Lord of Blended Pleasure. So, learning how to look for and dwell in the pleasure, the inner pleasure, rather than the pleasure of the senses, because through the senses are all finite. You are the seer beyond the senses, so it makes really no sense to identify with the organs of sensing, such as seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, feeling. Allow these things to be, but dwell in that state beyond them to where you transcend them completely, and thus you will be less entangled by the illusion of the world. Because when we seek for pleasure outside of ourselves, when we go seeking for what we already are, we are that inherent, pleasurable, blissful. And bliss is beyond pleasure. Bliss, ecstasy, peace, joy, fulfillment. These are all what you naturally are. without trying to be. You are that. But sometimes we can forget that we are that and go seeking for that which we already are. But what you go seeking for is only going to be a mirror match to what you claim yourself to be. So if you've forgotten that you already are inherent fullness, richness, lovability, you are divine love, if you go seeking for that, it's only going to show a match of that forgetfulness. If you've forgotten it. Now, this is you coming back into integration, into unity with who you really are as divine pleasure, divine love beyond the senses, because you don't need the organs of the senses to affirm that for you. You don't need anything outside of yourself to validate yourself, to feel whole, complete, joyful, letting in the light of what you already are. You don't need anything, anyone, to give yourself permission to bask in that glory that you are right now. So I'm seeing with this Ten of Swords, it's the winds of change are blowing through your inner vision to where you can relax and see nothing but the light. Nothing but the light that you are, the light of joy that sprouts within you. And it's simply doing away with the conditioning or the subconscious patterns of forgetfulness, the self-induced blindness, as Gil Boyne would say, this famous hypnotherapist. Washing away that self-induced blindness of forgetting that you are divine grace right now. That is love, joy, peace, fulfillment, all these things we wish for as humans or seek for. You are that. And the more you proclaim that you are that and live in that vision and that identity of who you really are, this is your power as the dreamer of your dream. When you're in that state, you come into that Empress or Emperor energy here, where you are magnetic and you naturally draw, again, the like vibration that you are emitting. When you proclaim, I am divine love, I am divine pleasure, I'm not blended pleasure of at the whims of my circumstances, pleasures coming and going as it does in this earthly realm. No, I am pleasure no matter what the outer circumstances are, the behaviors of those around me. I am that I am consciousness, and when you know that I am, then you are tapped into that wellspring of power, never-ending light, never-ending love within you that creates worlds. Because from that empowered place where you're not feeling like a victim, possibly of feeling rejected, abandoned, or unrequited here with this Four of Cups, nothing outside of you is making you feel like a victim but you. It's the way in which you're viewing it. So when you can alchemize the way you view things, even if you are perceiving yourself to be rejected, for example, did that person really reject you? Or was that the narrative that you made up in your mind based on whatever's happening? You can pull that narrative back home, accept it for what it is, and simply view it in a different light. For example, that anything that isn't meant for me is a divine redirection into what really is. That what you seek is seeking you, that what you desire you're also a perfect match for, because that other thing is also desiring you just as much and more. That, what if you created this perfect partnership inside your mind and then it became your reality? Wouldn't it be wonderful, or isn't it wonderful that as you dwell in that harmony within yourself, with all your relations, that people show up harmoniously to reflect back that harmonious state, and thus you align with all positive relationships, ideal relationships, exactly like how you desire. So it's about reframing how you're thinking about things, asking yourself like reciprocal questions aligned with what you're wanting to spark the subconscious mind to keep drawing forth data and experiences that support that. Like, oh yeah, I am adored by those around me. I am, you know, I am the operant power in my life with this Emperor here. I am the God of my reality, and so what I say goes. So it's about that repetition of keep reframing, because those old fears may come up. Those old fears may come up because they're simply wanting to be acknowledged and dissolved back into source, back into unity. There's nothing outside of yourself, again, that can victimize you, because everything is just spirit disguised. Everything is just spirit expressing itself. And so spirit can't reject spirit. It's only us in our little quote-unquote separate identity that we come into this dream of forgetfulness that we are the creator. Spirit loves us so much that they gave us like the choice, you know, of the reality that we get to choose to live, because we are that all-encompassing creator consciousness. We can create the life of our dreams or the life of our suffering. So really you're pulling yourself out of suffering. You're done with that. And you're in this Emperor energy where it's like, you know, you're reconfiguring your mind with this King of Swords reverse. This could also be someone in your field, for example, that is not communicating effectively, or they could be just, it could be this feeling of being ignored, or like not acknowledged. And you're realizing this reflection is a product of my past programming. Maybe in the past I thought that I wasn't worth someone's time. Maybe in the past you may have thought like, oh, this person, you know, doesn't feel the same way towards me. That's what this Four of Cups is giving me. But you're realizing that is not true, because if you are at your very essence, divine love, divine peace, joy, fulfillment, etc., you don't need anyone to act a certain way towards you to be that which you already are. So even if there is this perceived non-communication or separation between you two, it has no bearing on who you are and who you claim yourself to be. Now, this is about disentangling your mind from the evidence of the senses. Even if this is playing out in a way that you don't prefer, how can you bring it back to that, I don't need anything from this person to validate the divine love that I know I am and that I know I am a perfect match to? The more that I dwell in that divine love vibration, the more divine love flowers within me and outside of me. So you holding that vibration of divine love within yourself, of being that operant power, calling the shots in your reality, being the director of your life, then you will literally transform this person's behavior. They will affirm to you your degree of self-acceptance. Because this is just an aspect of yourself, someone outside of you possibly not communicating, that's reflecting back to you some way in which you don't accept yourself, some way in which you might feel that they won't accept you. So it's about calling all those parts back home, my dear, and realizing that you are so worthy of divine love, which you are, and that it has no choice but to mirror back in your field as you release all identification with the finite world and what it may be reflecting back. But it's really about acknowledging what the finite world is reflecting back so that we can connect that back to our repressed fears, false beliefs, etc. Notice them for what they are. Like, oh yeah, this is why this person's behaving that way. It's because I used to think that love was hard to have in my life, or that attracting a romantic partner is a long and difficult journey, or something like that. You notice it for what it is. You say, that's not true. If I already am divine love, then it's natural, it's easy, it's organic for me for divine love to blossom in my life, reflected as harmonious relationships with friends, family, coworker, and my divine beloved partner, my companion, my soul companion. All these things are very easy for you, my dear, as you come into the Emperor energy. This is Aries, the ram. And I see a bee here too, so this is reminding me to be. It's translating the vision and the identity of who you really are at your core. Sat Chit Ananda, truth, consciousness, bliss is who you are. This simple witnessing observer that is totally omniscient, meaning all-seeing, all-loving, all-kindness, all-prosperous, all... And honestly, this is a way to process some of those more challenging feelings or beliefs, is like the minute you catch yourself falling in and spindling into those stories or spirals down a negative rabbit hole, simply affirm to yourself the qualities of what you perceive God or spirit or creator to be. I am divine, I am magic, I am magnetic, I am prosperous, I am peace, I am tranquility, I am serenity, I am love, I am joy, I am fulfillment, I am deeply satisfied. Because that is the truth of who you are. You are God, dreaming God. You are a fractal of the Creator. In this human form, we came to remember that we are that Creator creating every circumstance, every happenstance of our life. And when we come back into that Creator role, that is our true throne with the Emperor energy, then you are all powerful, all magnetic. Everything you say comes to pass because you're already dwelling in the having of it. There's nothing to go searching or seeking for in the finite realm, because you already are that as the source of all creation, being lived through you as you. And so disentangling again the mind, the attachment to the senses and to the 3D world, coming back into the 5D of the I am creator consciousness, what you declare is true. So let's say maybe you're manifesting this divine love partnership, you're manifesting a heart-aligned soul path in a career, and wonderful friendships. You live as though you already have that, and you say, you bask in the gratitude. You say, isn't it wonderful that I have all these soul-aligned, heart-aligned friendships around me? Isn't it wonderful that I naturally connect with like-minded people based on mutual interest and desire to connect with one another? Isn't it wonderful that I have this partnership that I've always dreamed of here now? Isn't it wonderful that I'm doing what I love with who I love in my career, and I have a lavish, dependable, steady income? Isn't it wonderful that whatever it is that you are drawing to, isn't it wonderful that I have flourishing, vibrant, radiant health, and I'm glowing from the inside out? So it's really about asking yourself the right questions, declaring to yourself the right statements that are aligned with who you really are. And it's this King of Swords, he may be feeling confused. He may be feeling defeated. He may be feeling depressed. Why? Because he was operating under all these tens of swords stabbing him in the back based on false narratives that are not true. For example, anything unlike love that you are operating under is falling now. You're coming into your passion, your fire energy with this King of Wands, as well as this Emperor. This could also be someone in your field, a fire sign. And you're alchemizing, you're becoming the alchemist here with fortitude, which is strength. Daughter of the flaming sword, look at this, you're learning to allow spirit to work through you. The fire represents spirit. To where, you don't need anything to change immediately. You're releasing this impatience, is what I'm seeing. You're releasing anything needing to be a certain way. And as the creator would, that you are, you're embracing everything as your own child. Your whole life, you're calling it all back home. All the fear, all the resistance, when it comes up, you say, thank you, I see you. Thank you for being here. And you fall in love with it because who you really are is love. Who you really are already is divine union. You are that in human form. So when you can call all those parts back home, again, it comes to your degree of self-acceptance that people will mirror back. When you totally and completely accept yourself, you naturally totally and completely accept others, and you see everyone as like totally adorable, totally like special and unique, and just you fall in love with everyone around you. And is that not the most magnetic energy that everyone wants? So how can everyone else not fall in love with you when you're being who you truly are? And that's how people flourish in life. By being already that which you are divine, pure, innocent love. Yeah. Now with this fortitude, this is also about passion. And Aleister Crowley in his Thoth deck calls it lust, I believe. But it's like this eros energy, which is it's almost like an octave beyond sexuality and sensuality. It's almost like the magnetic energy of unification of the universe. Eros is very similar to Cupid. That energy of like falling in love, and how all of creation is this divine dance, this divine song of love. How the birds flit about and mate, how the sunlight kisses through the leaves of the tree, how the bees go and kiss the flowers, how the winds caress your skin, how the clouds swirl about in the sky. It's all this like dance of love in harmony with the universe that creation expresses. So when you can fall back into your natural place of being a fractal of the infinite and flow with the natural rhythms and rivers of your life into the stream of the ocean, into the stream of the sea, which is source consciousness, then you're in harmony with the all within, and that harmony is reflected outwardly as harmonious relationships, ideal circumstances exactly like how you desire. But it's this element of like not needing that which you already are. It's a remembrance of and a retrieval of that which you already are. And simply being that, like I see this bee here again with the Emperor, turning your vision and your identity of those I am statements, I am love, joy, peace, fulfillment, now. Then translate that into being. And it really is about self-mastery, about overcoming all those ways in which you're behaving in which you're not that. For example, through codependent ways of being, or like addictions, or ways in which you maybe unconsciously abuse your body or your mind, or berate yourself or belittle yourself in any way. That's coming to pass with the light of the sun here, because you are making peace with your shadows, with your fears, with your longings, and you're realizing I am that which I seek. And when you become that, it's about being, it's about becoming your perfect mate. You are your perfect match. And when you know that for yourself, then you're this light beam expressing their true nature, and your perfect match will recognize you because you've recognized yourself. It's not about recognizing or finding the perfect person. It's about being that person that you really are, and then that perfect match magically fractals into your field, because this is a magnetic universe of dualities, polarities unifying. like the yin-yang symbol, and you being who you really are in love, being in love with yourself. Do you think God asks, or like Source Creator, I know God is kind of triggering for some people, but do you think Source Creator, the universe, whatever higher power there is orchestrating this divine dance of existence, do you think they are asking themselves, oh no, what if they don't like me because my nose is too big, or like, what if this, what if that, or what if you know, something about me is like repelling this person? No, it's really just you not accepting that part of yourself that is delaying this union. So you truly just humbling the heck out of yourself and coming into total self-acceptance, total self-love. Even if you don't feel it right away, just tell yourself, I'll get used to this. I'll get used to feeling like it's safe to receive. I'll get used to feeling like someone could look at me and think that I'm the most divine creation of the universe, because they see something special in me. They see my magnetism. They see how hard I've worked to be the love that I really am. Do you know how much programming in society and in the media is telling us that we're not right how we are? The whole diet industry, Hollywood, etc., all have these subliminal messages telling us that we're not okay how we are, so that we can consume no more, so we can change ourselves with plastic surgery. That is the lost way. That is the way that's burning to the ground, because we realize, no, I am whole, I am complete, I am divine love, no matter what my outward expression shows. I am that because I am the energy of Source expressing itself. Just like an animal or the trees or the plants don't question their worth or their beauty, a yellow rose is not going to compare itself to a blue lotus. And they're both divine perfection. Do you see? Do you see, my dears, that you are that divine perfection exactly how you are, that you have nothing to change about yourself, that you don't need to prove anything, you don't need to lift a finger, you don't need to go do backflips in front of the person that you desire? It's truly about this remembrance and this reclamation of who you've always been, my dears. Oh wow. And this emperor, it's called Son of the Morning. How beautiful. And it's sun like a child's sun, but it's making me think sun, like you're a vibrant sun of the morning dawn. That's who you really are. You are like just that breathtaking image of the divine sunrise that just, like, I'm almost being moved to tears right now. Like, I really wish and I really trust that you will remember how special you are. Because it only takes you acknowledging that about yourself and really receiving that love that you are. That's the twin flame journey. It's about receiving your own love, my dears. And I see that that's happening for you. You know, with this Eight of Wands reverse, you want this forward movement, but it's felt like there have been some challenges and some delays because Spirit is redirecting you back into yourself. And how beautiful it is, those times of quiet, those times of solitude, those times to unite with our North Node, which is like our purpose and direction in this lifetime to cultivate more of. It may not come naturally. You know, reframing our whole paradigm in which we've been operating under, often from early childhood, is how these subconscious patterns begin, ancestrally even. So you just making the effort every day to act in that aligned way that you already are, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. And I don't like that word hope, because hope is as empty as fear, but it's like all those things that you pray for, you are that. And that's what prayer is. It's about aligning with Source energy and saying, thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this which I already am. And through the power of my word, which are my spells, it is so and it is done. And you keep living, operating under that premise of that prayer already answered. You know, that's how people do great things. That's how people write novels and make these inventions. Inventing your own life is about aligning with that person that already has that. It's about becoming that person through your thoughts, words, and actions. And there's a lot of strength and courage here at this time with this fortitude, with the strength card. This is also Leo energy. We have air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Aries, and then fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Another Sag there. Yeah, and look at this, beneath here is the sun. And the sun is reversed, so it's like really, no matter if it's reversed or upright, the sun card is a very benevolent card, a very happy card of unification. And it's almost like you are dancing with yourself here. I think Spirit is showing me this image of like eye gazing, of looking yourself in the mirror, telling yourself that you love yourself, and just like really gazing into your own eyes, because we can only really receive anyone else as deeply as we've received ourselves. And learning to dance with your own shadows and drawing those shadows back into the light, realizing there's nothing wrong with you. Yeah. Wow. I'm going to pull another card here. Curious about this King of Swords reversed. Who is this King of Swords? Knight of Pentacles. I feel like this is someone who is making their way towards you. The Knight of Pentacles, he delivers. Like, he is very dependable and he's going to follow through. But sometimes he is like an earth sign, so he does it in a very methodical approach, in a way that's very like thought out and thoughtful. And this person, I feel, could have been letting their own fears hold them back. And I think they're working through that right now. And they have this battle armor on as well. Let's see what any more information about the Emperor. Son of the Morning. So there's something that's coming to light. The more that you align your mind, body, field with the truth of yourself, so that everything in your life can fall into place, because everything is just a confirmation of that self-proclaimed identity that we're operating under. So you are not this lack of the Four of Cups. You are the strength of remembrance of that morning dawn that is awakening within you. And look at this Emperor. You're turning on your heartlight here, your fire with this Queen of Wands. Yeah, so this Queen of Wands, Queen of the Thrones of Flame. This is someone who is very purposeful and driven, because she has that quality of spirit working through her with the flame energy. I also see Pisces glyph and Aries glyph in this card. Interesting that Pisces is here. It's making me think of alchemy with fire and water. And the Pisces glyph is very interesting too, because it's like two fishes swimming in opposite directions, connected with a line in the middle. And this is a very clear message about how you have a choice. You see that glyph there? You have a choice either to be the martyr, the mystic, or the martyr. One fish represents both. So the martyr is the one that's going to operate under that victim mentality, feeling like they're at the whims of their circumstances and that there's something outside of them that's not allowing them their desires, when really it's only a self-fulfilling prophecy of what they accept about themselves to be worthy of. And then that spirals, the martyr spirals into codependent behaviors, addictions, and ways in which you keep drawing experiences to you to affirm that you are a victim, Whereas the mystic alchemizes that energy and realizing that they transcend that and that they are not that. They don't need any proof or validation outside of them to be the love that they already are, to be that inspired action and that inherent wealth and richness and prosperity that they are. So the mystic is the one who goes into the laws of the universe and transforms their life from the inside out by being that which they already are, so that their reality becomes a match to affirm that consciousness. And interesting that there's double Aries here. So it's almost like being on fire with your I am statements. The statement of Aries is I am, and you get to proclaim what you are to the universe through how you view the concept of yourself. What is your self-concept? The Queen of Wands is very clear in who she is, and she takes action in alignment with that version of her that she becomes. She's very fiery, magnetic, attractive, someone who's a go-getter, and it's not really from a place of force, but it's from a place of joy and inspired action. Let's see, what is the energy connecting you and any love interests? 5 of Swords, so this is the need to release identification with feeling separate from your desires, from feeling abandoned or rejected, or like from feeling like what you want is just out of reach, I'm hearing. Because you already are that connection, that deep satisfaction. You already are that union of yin and yang. And you don't need anything outside of yourself to affirm that you already are divine connection. Because that's the futility of looking outside of yourself, is that the more you look, the more you're going to find the lack of it. Because you forgot possibly that you are the one, based on your frequency vibration, creating everything outside. So drawing it back internally and saying, I see this story for what it is, I don't identify with it anymore, and I believe that I am divine connection. Then just live from that premise, don't go looking for the proof, and naturally that proof is going to drop into your field and show you, yes, I am divine connection already with my perfect match. And not needing to force any connection, not needing to force anything except for the flow that this Queen of Wands lives in. Living in that flow of automatically having what you want because you give it to yourself internally. Because the internal always creates the external, and there's only God outside of yourself. There's only spirit outside of yourself, so there's nothing to be fearful of. There's nothing to be fearful of, oh, what if this person, doesn't accept me? Or what are they thinking about me? They're only thinking about you what you think they're thinking about you, because you create them when you two are in the physical together. Based on how you think they view you, that is your self-fulfilling prophecy as the creator of your reality. So the Queen of Wands knows this, and she creates everyone lovingly. She creates everyone ideally in her mind, and thus people automatically behave that way to affirm her degree of acceptance of herself and of others. Because when she regards herself as lovingly, there's nothing outside of herself to demonize or judge, because she's pulled all the parts of herself back home. So then, naturally, you treat everyone like your child, like a divine being of the universe, as God in drag, It's just God being disguised as God, and then fear just really ceases to exist. So I really see this like rebirth of fear into love, into patience, into strength and passion. Now, as you remember the love that you are, I'm curious, what will blossom in your love life as you remember this divine love that you are, the High Priestess, then you become that mystic. From that Pisces glyph, you're less in the victim and you're more in, you've turned your back to that way of life, and now you are the mystic. You are like direct revelation and direct gnosis, meaning direct experience with the divine. You and the divine are indistinguishable. You become a channel for the divine and for your higher self to be expressed through you, through that acknowledgement of that is who you really are, and thus you just allow like the high vibrations to flow through you and guide your actions automatically, to where it's not a big chore to do this. The more that you do the subconscious mind work and the programming of your subconscious. And I do offer hypnotherapy if you're interested, if you really have been living in fear. That's why I do the hypnosis subconscious mind work. And I personally do daily self-hypnosis to continue reprogramming my mind to align with my desired realities, you know? So if you're interested in that, the link is down below. But this High Priestess is very psychic. She's intuitive. She's tapped into the laws of the universe. And she doesn't go seeking outside of herself. She's like whole and serene within herself, and she allows the secrets and the mysteries of the universe to shape her. She becomes an oracle of higher wisdom and knowledge and divination. And she just saturates herself with the light of awareness. This is someone as well who is very quiet and in solitude. So it's almost like as you remember that love that you are, you're not over there knocking on someone's door, barking up someone's tree to love you. You're so whole and complete within yourself that you have no desire for anyone else to affirm or reflect back to you that which you already are. And thus things just become a lot more simple, not needing that codependent validation of the world, of social media, of how many likes you get on whatever you post, of like any nods of approval or recognition or acknowledgement from people you may have an attraction to. You've relinquished all that because you've transcended being identified with the world of form. And it's almost like when you do that, it's not that you detach completely from the world of form and become like a recluse. It's almost like you become so much more deeply entwined with the world of form because you're in that song of harmony of the universe being expressed through you, that you simply love and accept everything exactly for how it is. And you're in a deep state of trust that everything that you desire is yours now because you say it is, and you're dwelling in that fulfilled state that draws everything to you psychically, to where you don't have to lift a finger and things just show up for you. Okay, any future advice, please? Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So this is about learning how to grow this newfound reality within yourself, and it's almost like becoming a beginner. This is about becoming a beginner in the world of form. Almost, this is what I'm getting, is like relearning how to see this world of form through the eyes of a child. Because the page is like the least developed aspect of the pentacle, which is like the worldly form. You know, our finances, love, housing, car, etc. Like everything in this 3D world, in the physical form. You're recalibrating how you operate within that framework in the near future. And I see you as well learning to let your guard down and allow the fires of inspiration to transform you, and taking inspired action. Taking inspired action because she's crowned by the ram there, of Aries with the I am statements and allowing that I am beingness, I am that I am, you keep returning to knowing that I am, whatever you declare yourself to be, and then taking action from that place, and you will be on the path of self-mastery by mastering your mind first and foremost, because reality is mental. It's a fabrication of our mind, of our consciousness. And look at this, Six of Cups. This is like soul recognition with you and another, and also a new beginning in love, becoming friends with yourself first and foremost, calling all those parts of yourself back home and experiencing harmonious relationships, and lots of deep inner healing with the Star and with the Wheel of Fortune. Lord of the forces of life, aligning again with that greater wheel of life. And with the Six of Cups, it's like this balance of your emotional energy. Lord of pleasure, look, you go from Lord of blended pleasure with the Four of Cups into Six of Cups, Lord of pleasure. You simply are that pleasure. You are already that which you seek. You don't have to dwell on not having that which you seek, because that will reflect back more of that state that you're embodying. So any way in which you can shake up the state you're embodying, if you've been in this old energy for a while, go for a run, jump up and down, do some art, do some sort of mind-body practice that is going to recalibrate your energy into the creator consciousness that you are. Last message, please, for the collective. Let's see the last card as far as you and this perfect match that you're calling in. What else do they need to know about this perfect match that they're calling in that is already here for them? What do they need to know about them and their beloved, which is already done for you? This divine union is done for you, and when you live from that premise, because you are declaring what your life will be, then it becomes natural, organic, magnetic, serendipitous. It's already done for you. And I saw this when I was shuffling at the bottom, and it came out again, justice. Again, this is that divine balance of recalibrating back into who you really are. Unifying the yin and the yang back into center, into you. Justice. This is about the justice of your mind, Libra energy. Daughter of the Lord of Truth. This is about truth. Coming into the truth of who you are as a divine being. As like limitless, infinite potential. And when you align with your infinite wellspring of potential, that all timelines are happening now, then through that sword of justice, you get to declare what timeline you're living right here, right now. No matter outer appearances, because the outer appearances are just a reflection of your past ways in which you believed and thought about yourself and your life. So outer appearances and circumstances don't matter. You get to choose right now with what you declare that you are. And so it is. You're coming out of fear, out of isolation, and into the Two of Cups, into the Nine of Pentacles. First of all, being self-contained, being a contained container, that microcosmic orbit of energy flowing through you. And then you become that pillar for your beloved to witness and behold you, my dears. So this is what I see for you here today. I trust that you found some messages and received some messages and guidance that were healing for you on your path. And I'm sending you so much heart light, my dears. Until we meet again, keep flowing and keep trusting, having that strong faith and conviction that you already are that which you seek. Source all approval, validation, and acceptance of your wish fulfilled inside of you. And you will start to see that naturally, some way, somehow, exactly what you want, exactly like how you desire, is manifested into your field. So my dears, if you'd like some private, personal guidance. I do psychic readings as well as hypnotherapy and shamanic energy healing. And if you would like a one-on-one session, you can click the link below in my description box. And lots of love to you, my dears, until we meet again.